You're listening to
Donnas Deelites. Hi, this is Donna Earl Johnson, and I believe life is for living and food is for giving. On Donnas Deelites, we take it from the fork to the cork. I'll be sharing my recipes, stories, and philosophies. So I hope you bring your appetite, because we're about to do this. The recipe for the week. Collard greens. I'm about to take y'all to school. School 101. We're talking collard greens. SCHOOL, you got to go to school and bring that bell. For there's an art and a science to making some good banging collard greens, y'all. Yes, I said collard greens. But if you go into the store, please pronounce it right. It is collard greens. You'll need 2 pounds of collard greens. You'll need 2 smoked turkey butts. Yes, I use turkey butts. Like any butt I know, including mine, it's got some fat on it. So I go for the biggest, the fattest turkey butts I know, like Venus and Serena style when it comes down to my pot of greens. Don't serve me no greens that don't got no meat in it. You'll need 1/2 cup of onions chopped, 2 cloves of garlic chopped. You'll need 1/2 teaspoon of chopped red pepper, depending on how hot you like it. But some people and all people that I know always put hot sauce on their greens after they come to the table. So you should be good with 1/2 teaspoon. You'll need 1 tablespoon of sugar. You'll need 1 tablespoon of accent. Yes, MSG, aka more soul. Good. You'll need 3 tablespoons of pink Himalayan sea salt. Now, I found this pink Himalayan sea salt in Home Goods, and I've been hooked on it ever since. But if you do not have pink Himalayan sea salt, it's okay to go ahead and use regular table salt. You'll need 2 32-ounce cartons of chicken broth and 1/4 cup of vinegar. 6 quart size or larger crock pot. Yes, me and my crock pot are like sisters. It's my go-to girl. Now, I told y'all that there is an art and a science to making good collard greens. Now, didn't I? Well, collard greens 101, first and foremost, you must wash them greens well. Don't nobody want a dirty plate of collard greens. That'd be like eating a bowl full of sand. Now, what you're gonna do when you wash those greens, you're gonna take that sink and you're gonna rinse your sink out. I normally use a little bleach and water. And after I use the bleach and water, what I'll do is I'll rinse my sink out well, and then I'll put the stopper in. After I put the stopper in, I'll place some cold water and put my greens in that cold water. And I shake so that all that sand and debris on my greens falls to the bottom of my sink. Once that's done, I take my greens out and I rinse my sink out, and then I fill my sink up with hot tap water. Once I fill my sink up with hot tap water, what I do is place my greens deep down in that hot water. I let it sit for about maybe 1 or 2 minutes. After that, I'll take my greens out, I'll drain the water, and I'll put cold water. Put my greens back in the sink. Then I chop. Ginsu style. I start chopping and dicing, big and small pieces. So when those greens cook up good, I'll have some good sized pieces in my pot. Once I take my greens out, I put in my turkey meat. You put your turkey meat in the crock pot along with your onions, your salt, pepper, sugar, and all your seasonings you're gonna place in your crock pot. Then you're gonna place your greens into the crock pot, and then you're gonna pour your chicken broth all over that. You're gonna turn on your crock pot to medium high, and I cook my greens all night long, all night. Yes, like Lionel Richie, I cook my greens all night long. If you do not have all night, at least let your greens cook for at least 10 hours until those greens are good and tender and that meat falls off that bone. After that, I will put in my 1/4 cup of vinegar, and there's my greens. Collard greens 101. Didn't I take y'all to school? Food for healing. Food for healing. Cayenne pepper. Yes, it's getting hot in here. Hot. Cayenne pepper, it will speed up your metabolism, and I find it very helpful for me to get rid of that Jell-O and turn me into J-Lo. So every morning I use a shot that gets me hot, y'all. So this is what you'll need. It's 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 tablespoons of organic honey, which I purchased at the local farmer's market, 2 tablespoons of organic apple cider vinegar, and you'll place a 1/4 cup of water. Mix it up, girls. Mix it up real good, and I douse it. It gives me energy to get my workout on. It gives me a boost of energy. Mucho caliente. You're listening to Donna's Deelites. I can make that at home. I can make that at home. I went to the farmer's market and I seen this little Mexican restaurant that was serving taco salad. Now, since I'm in the farmer's market, I know that I can purchase everything I need for my own taco salad. So all I wanted to purchase was the taco shell. I went up to the counter and I asked them, how much did it cost for the taco shell? And she had the nerve to tell me that it was $3 a bowl. I was like, not. So I went to the BJ's and I purchased me some tortillas, burrito size, whole wheat that was more better for you anyway. They was like $4 and some change for 10 tortillas. After I purchased that, I took those tortillas and I sprayed them with some Pam. Once I turned the muffin tin upside downward, I sprayed that as well. I placed that over top and then I put it in the oven for 400 degrees and let it bake real crispy. I let that cool. After I did that, I used my vine-ripened tomatoes, some romaine lettuce I chopped up. I got me green onions, some fresh cilantro, fresh jalapenos, and I put me on some ground turkey meat, seasoned that with some olive oil and some taco seasoning. I browned that all up in my pan, grated me some cheese, some cheddar cheese that is, and I had my own taco salad. King! Well, that's all the time I have for now, so join me next week on Donnas Deelites. And remember, life is for living and food is for giving.